What's happening, all you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vaslap. It is a transfer special as we get ourselves ready for the Saudi Pro League. Lot to do this transfer market. We got to be active. We've got to be good. We got to get some good depth in the squad. I think that is important. We want to have a good run. Of course, the ultimate goal is to get into the Asians Champions League this season. Of course, it's going to be a long, long road. Mid-table, I suppose, is where we're really looking at to sort of establish ourselves, considering how well we did against Al Riyadh in the previous campaign in the Kings Cup. Although I'm not using that as a full basis, I feel like we have a good enough squad to be a mid-table team. At least at this point, we will see how things go with the transfer market. With that being said, let's jump into the video. Hit subscribe, like, and all that stuff as well. And we're talking about our first new signing, joining on the 1st of July, Finlay Hunt, a Welsh international. That's right, our second international player. And he is just very, very good. As a deep-lying playmaker, this man is absolutely brilliant in my eyes. Much better than that of Yelchin. Definitely valued at 12 to 18 million. We paid a measly free transfer. That's right. We got him on a free, guys. That is how good this man actually is. Like, that is so good. From Sutherland, who are currently playing in the Premier League, or were playing in the Premier. They just promoted. They just survived. There we go. From the Premier League, they're a good option for us, and I'm excited for this signing. So he will slot in there where Yelchin plays, which means Yelchin obviously just dropped down a little bit. In terms of other news, Saad is desperately wanted by a lot of clubs, and I might have to look at giving him a little bit of a contract boost. Most of the interest has faded away now since the transfer market opened, which is interesting, but he is going to be number one priority to keep. Second priority to keep is going to be Jonathan. I think the two of them are going to be vital in our campaign for the new season. Goalkeeper, I'm not going to worry too much about the goalkeeper position yet. Hawasi is a decent enough goalkeeper to play. I think the defense is more important. I think that's where our main focus will be, in finding two very good centre-backs for us to play, and also going to try and get the hold of Hamid Zaid and make him stay, because he's a very good depth option for us. All in all, I am happy with the squad. If you can pick up one or two more players that are decent and can potentially be better than the likes of Abo Abid, who is not going to be my starter, by the way. Matik is going to be the starter. But if we can find a striker that could be potentially better than those two, maybe Ahmed as well. Ahmed has a couple of goals to his name. He's got 12 goals to his name. Just to partner Ali Saad, maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. If we find maybe a better central midfielder that's better than Alma. I mean, just looking at the potentials and abilities, there is room for improvement when it comes to the star rating. So they don't put too much weight into the star ratings. Never should. But I feel like we've got some money now to play with. We really, really do. Because at the moment, we've got 3.37 million in the transfer budget. Current wage spending is 17,000. We have 31 in total. We can also adjust that to the point where we will have something like that, and we'll have 3,000 in the budget and have 3.9. I'll just keep it at 3.37 just for now, because we are hemorrhaging a little bit of money, although we made a nice little boost in June. Other news is I got my international C license, or national C license, and they've allowed me to study for my national B license. Woohoo! Moving forward in the world. Look at that. Look at that. Right, ladies and gents, it is time to start the transfer special. I'm going to play ahead. I'm going to try and get up to the 1st of July. If any news happens or anything like that happens in this month, we're going to be scouting. We're going to be looking. But I kind of want to get to this point where Hunt joins and these guys all leave. Hopefully, Al-Zarai stays. Well, guys, we're back. And I've got my national B license. I'm going to try and make my national A license as well. Now, let's see if they will let me. The board is happy that we've repaired the financial damage. There we go. That's all done. We're in the Saudi Pro League. Everybody gets a bit of a raise, at least staff members. They made a 1.4 million offer for Ishiara. I kind of want Ishiara. I'm going to match the 1.4 million pound offer. I like the looks of him. We'll talk about him in a bit. 1.4. They go 1.5. And then I'll take that out and give you 1.5. Sure, that's fine. We'll do that. And now all of a sudden Saad is keen to discuss why he wants a new contract. I thought this was coming. Okay, we'll sort that out in a bit. Scout him fully. Yeah, so like we said, we've got the new league started. And as you can see, season preview, we're down at the bottom, mainly because we don't have centre backs. So I think once we bring in some players, it will look a little bit better. Shuhali, by the way, is one of the guys that I really wanted. And he just signed a new contract with Al Nassr. We tried to make an offer for him. He's only getting £55 a week, and he rejected us. I was giving him like 300 and something. I wonder if we can loan him in. Because, I mean, at 18, he's already a much better defender than anyone we have. Would they allow me to loan him? Let's see. I can approach to sign him. Doesn't want to join us. Make an offer. Loan. With higher quality players. Bugger off, you muppets. Sardella was another one we were looking at trying to buy in, but his value shot up to 14.5 when the season ticked over. And they rejected us. But in terms of our star players, Ali Saad and Jonathan, right at the bottom, you can see the difference in the teams. I wonder if it's stats are available. They're not available yet. Okay. Once they're available, I'll show you the difference in terms of financial power that they have over us. Although we are recording profits, which is great. Can we start a coaching course? Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's speak to Saad. You know, he deserves a new contract. I want to keep him. So let's give Ali Saad a new contract. Enter contract negotiations. Wants to be a star player. That is fine. You're going to probably start every game. I don't want that. I should have asked the agent first. Only 2.1 relegation release. Okay, we can make this work. 2.5 is the most I can go there. Relegation will go to 900, and then you can get 2.4 and goal marks and all that. Are you happy with that? They are happy with that. Okay. I mean, if we sell him for 2.5 million, that'll be great to a foreign club. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Would be incredibly interested in signing, but feels the club could struggle to meet his contract demands, and therefore is not even going to bother talking to me. Story of my life, really. Story of my life. We still have Finley Hunt coming in, and there is some transfer news. Qadari has left the building. He's gone to Ada, who are in the Saudi League with us. They finished just 1 point above relegation battle. So he's moved off there. Had a decent season for us. Did have a decent season for us when he played for us for the one season. 27 games, not too bad. That does mean we are going to be looking for another right back to fill in. Al Nazan has filled in there. I am happy with Al Nazan if we do it, but we do need a backup option. Hamid Zaid does not want to sign for us. Apparently, he wants to stay in the Yellow League. So we'll let him stay in the Yellow League. I have tried to make an offer for him. So looks like Al-Hathi, Abdullah, Zaid, Al-Zari, and Malik are all probably going to be leaving. I'm going to put him in goal at the moment, because I feel like he should be, which means we're looking for a backup. Right back, definitely. 2 centre-backs, definitely. And then possibly another centre mid, I think, would be useful to have in the lineup, and maybe another attacking midfielder. I think it would be maybe attacking midfielder / striker if we can find someone like that. In the Saudi League, when it comes to registration, we can have 25 player max and 8 foreigners. So pretty much the same stock standard as everyone else, just 2 extra foreigner slots. We currently have 7 going to be registered because Finley is coming in. Lissard is just the one I want to keep, and Jonathan. Those are the two that I want to keep. Otherwise, we'll make some switches, move things around. We are scouting a lot of people just to show you the scouting priorities. There we go. Starting at number 1. If you go all the way down, these are all the guys we're scouting. Various positions. 105 people in total that we are scouting. It's absolutely insane how many we're scouting at the moment. Right, guys, we are on the 1st of July. We have our new signing, Finley Hunt. We can welcome him into the club. A Welsh international. That's right. 5 caps for Wales. Amazing physicals, amazing mentals. Technicals, where it matters most. As a ball-line playmaker on sport, other than his off-the-ball work, he is top quality, enough to get us a good spot in the league. In terms of what we still need those 2 defenders. We need the right back. And then we need a new attacking midfielder backup option, because Alzari left. All the other players have left the club. Those that aren't staying are staying. We do need a 3rd choice goalkeeper as well. I've had a look at our development in the reserves, and yeah, these guys are all not good. There's literally no one good enough to be in the reserves at the moment. And then even the under 19s, there's no one. So expect a bit of a sellout of the reserves. Even though we are playing the reserves group, I don't really care much about them. Most of them are about 17, 18, 16, so I can't really sell them off. But we've been looking at selling quite a few of these youngsters off, those that we can, the 18-year-olds, etc., etc. Yeah, so we've got some work to do today. Moving forward, there is one defender that I am going to make an offer for, and that is going to be Didi. He is wanted by a couple of clubs in Thailand, as well as us and Iranian Pro League in Esteghlal, who are actually a very good team in that area. So I'm looking at him. Only concern is his headering isn't great, but everything else seems to be kind of the player that we want. Only issue is he's right-footed. So I'm thinking we sign him in. He is a little bit better than Stevens, a bit younger as well, so he can develop. Can also play right back if needed. In fact, how good is he at right back? His crossing is terrible. He's not going to be playing there. But yeah, I think as a little luxury signing, I think he could be important for us. I think he is going to be probably a starter if we obviously find someone else. We're not giving him a yearly wage increase. We're not giving him a minimum release clause. We're not giving him that. We're not giving any of that. 825. It's immediately rejected. Okay. We need to come back to that negotiation at some point. Ronaldo was another type of player I was looking at, but the more I see him, the more I think he's a midfielder rather than a defender. So, I mean, his defense is very good. But I think Didi is just a little bit better than him. And then elsewhere, another player that I was thinking of is Al Asifia as an attacking midfielder. I don't think he's too bad, to be honest. He is valued at 1.3 million. And 1.3 million to be a backup might be a little bit of an issue for us. Are they willing to take less, though? I'm willing to pay about, let's make it 500, and then I'll give you installments over 6 months at about 100k. Make it, so we get too close to 1 million. 200k. Will they take that? They want 800 up front plus 550. Luckily, I almost forgot that. I'll give you 500 and 500, 550. Will that be good? They really want 1.4 for him. Give you 600, 1.2. They want that. Okay. All right. Let's give them what they want. And now they just added that. No. No. I'm going to cancel that offer. I'm not going for that. That is just ridiculous. We agreed on 1.4 and then they changed the system. Another player that I did want, who's not interested in coming to us at all at this point, so we'll just need to keep an eye out on for him if things do change, is Mario Perez, the goalkeeper. He looks very, very good. And if we just compare him to Hawassa, you can see he is a very, very good, massive upgrade for us. So he is someone that I am keeping an eye on. At the moment, doesn't want to come to us. Luka Misic is another goalkeeper I'd love to have, although we did score 3 past him in the Kings Cup. But 19 years old, and those stats are absolutely fantastic. But he is valued at 10 million, which is not great. We've made some signings. 3 signings, 2 backup players. 1 probably will start. We'll start off with the loanee. Al Harabi has moved on to Al Dera on loan, playing in the 3rd division. Hopefully he can develop a little bit. Not expecting much. His contract's expiring into the season, so probably not going to renew his contract. And then in terms of the players who signed, the 2 backups. First, Ahmed Al-Julayadan, a right back. Not great, but generally best, which is what we could find. It's been a minute trying to find players, but decent enough centre right back to be back up to Al Nazan. And then we found our 3rd choice goalkeeper, Ahmed Al-Kamiz. Maybe could develop into a better goalkeeper than Hawassi in the future. Currently, I mean, he's not that far off. You know what I mean? Looking at him, he's much better physically set than Hawassi, which might be inclined that I might use him a little bit more. But his aerial reach and his command of the area is what really gets me not feeling great about him. And I mean, as a goalkeeper, 185, maybe not ideal. And then the one player who is coming straight into the first team is Bongoluetu Siasi, South African youngster, right-footed centre-back, can also play right-back if we need him. His crossing isn't great, but his jumping reach of 5, but headering of 14 is something that just was astounding to me. But definitely signed him as a first team. I think him and Jay Stevens might be the key guys going forward in this match, in the season going forward. We are still on the lookout for more players. So the biggest issue that I've had, and when it comes to trying to sign players, is that we have all these players who are wanting to come. As Kimura here is one player that I desperately wanted to sign instead of Siasi, but he has just absolutely no interest in coming to us because we can't match his wages financially. I have asked the board to increase the wage budget, and I mean, we've got a lot of money in the wage budget to spend, and they're just not allowing me to talk to me. So I don't understand why. I mean, we've got 50,000 that we can spend, and I am willing to spend it. I am willing to increase a lot of these players' wages, because as you can see, Finley Hunt on 3,200, Siasi on 2,600, Ali Saad signed a new contract. He's on 2,400. Yalchin on 2,100. You know, I'm willing to go up to about 3,000-4,000 for them. Even if someone comes in with an 8 or 9, I'm willing to give them if they are going to improve the squad. That being said, they're absolutely not interested in listening to me at all, which is becoming a bit of a problem because, like Kimura there, the other player that I was trying to sign is Ahmed Al-Asaf, a Saudi attacking midfielder, can play striker. I want that type of player, and he is just not interested in talking to me. We can try and make another offer. I think it was less than that. How much did they want? Let's see if I go shit. 1.4 million, 1.3. They want 2.7 million now. He was a lot cheaper back then. I'll give him 1.2. I mean, that's not bad. Let's try him again. He's interested in talking. Let's see if he'll talk to us. That's the other problem. Because as a Saudi player, he is actually very good. And it adds a nice little utility option as attacking midfielder or striker, type of backup player that we kind of want at the squad. In terms of other players that we are looking for at the moment, I just switch those two around. Let me just set it up as it should be. Everybody else is playing in the positions they should be playing in. All right. That's pretty much how it stands at the moment. I can get Ahmed, that'll be Al Ahmed, that'll be great, because then that covers up attacking midfielder striker extra position. We have Sultan as a second option, fifth option defensive. I'm going to be looking for another defender. If I don't find one, we might just have to do with what we do. And then, yeah, that's probably where we're at. So 2 defenders and a midfielder is in order. Maybe another central midfielder if we can find one as well. That would be great. For now, though, we're going to keep going to the markets. Well, Al Asaf has decided to talk to us, and he's lowered his wage demands to 2,000. That is absolutely brilliant. Fringe players, yeah, let's go. I mean, this is a great contract. You know, can we do 2,000, and I'll give you a little bit more in signing on fee? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. That's a good signing. Let's see if he signs. Holding fingers, guys. We're back. Some more transfer news. 2 new signings into the squad. Hamid Al Asaf is coming in. He's going to be our attacking midfielder / striker option. We're going to be training him as a striker to improve those stats a little bit. In fact, why is it saying central midfield, attacking midfielder, and advanced forward? So we can just improve his dribbling, finish, and first touch, as well as his pace and stamina. That's where we're going to be looking at it. And then I want to do additional focus. Oh, we can't do quickness. Okay, well, we'll do it like that. So he's in the club, 2.7 million for a backup player. We needed to spend some cash. We got that cash in Hamid Al Asaf. He is a Saudi player, which is great. Then in other news, we've signed an Israeli player, Israeli / Ghanaian, Isaac Papo. Here, very, very good central midfielder. Can play as a central midfielder or deep lying playmaker. I like the looks of him. In fact, I think when it comes to his stats, I think central midfielder is where he will be, which does mean Alma will drop out of the squad into the bench. It does also mean Yelchin is available for buying. I feel like he's the weakest out of the 3 that we have in international players, which does mean now when we look at international players, we've got Yelchin, we've got Pepo, we've got Jonathan, we've got Saad and Alma, as well as Sek, Siasi, Stevens, and Hunt. Out of all of those, that's 9. We can only keep 8. Yelchin is the one to make way, and Stevens might be making on the way as well because we found another centre-back in Park Sung-hoon. This man is very, very good. For a centre-back, his headering is not great, but I think him and Siasi as a pairing would be absolutely fantastic. We're waiting on him to discuss contract terms. We have made a bid for him as a free transfer, end of contract. Now, the thing is, his contract, we had a look at this. If you look at his contract details, ends in December, which means he only come in December, which means Stevens will play until December, and then in January, we can register Park Sung-hoon and try and sell Stevens off there. That might be the play. In terms of the starting 11, I feel like this is probably the best starting 11 we currently have available, except for Keems. That should be Hawasi. There we go. That is possibly the best starting 11 we have. We've got Hawasi in goals, Al-Nazan on the right, Stevens, Siasi, Anil Jim, Hunt, Papo, Sek, Jonathan, Matik, Saad. I feel like that's probably the best one. I might even go with something like that. Like that, and play Siasi and Marcu on the left and Siasi on the right. But we are going to try and train his weaker foot to play on the left-hand side, so Park Sun can come in there if need be, if we do sign him. If we don't, then, yeah, pretty much this will be the starting. I think we can even go with something like that to start off the season if we don't sign Park. But, yeah, definitely Yelchin is out of the picture. We're still looking for another centre-back and possibly another striker. If we sign Park, then just another striker is all we're going to be needing to bring in, just someone as a backup option, or even as a central midfield option. Maybe instead of Al Hassaf, you can just move to that spot, and then you get a centre mid and a defender. In terms of what we've scouted, these are the 3 that are only interested in coming to us. Martinez and Sissoko just want too much money, and they're also foreign, which means I'll need to get rid of some foreign players. One player that I did want to bring in that's just not interested at all in coming to us was Bassam Al-Talibi. I don't know why his stuff disappeared. He just signed for new contract with Al Qadesh, but has absolutely no interest in coming for us. I think he was a very good defender. I had him on my list. Also, Bender Al Amari, I thought he was an option, but he had just signed for Saljar. He rejected us. And then lastly, another player that I do really, really want is Rasmus Nielsen. Yeah, I think he would actually be a better signing than Park. But he just doesn't see the benefit of coming to us to increase his development. So that's where we're kind of at. Another player that I had a look at was Alex Peter instead of Papo. And on paper, he is a lot better. Only problem is they wanted me to cover full 100% of his wages at 7.75. The board is only allowing me to cover up to 6.25. So that might be a little problem. In terms of wages, we can talk about that because Papo is currently our highest earner at £6,250,000 per week. We are spending a little bit more money than I wanted to be completely honest. And with that means, it does mean we get about 2,000 once we get Yelchin off the wages as well. So essentially 4,000 more, I guess. Not too bad. Right, guys, we've got some more offers on the table. We're still waiting for Park Sun-Hung. However, if I can get this guy, Stefano Arrigoni, 18-year-old Italian, I feel like he is a much better option to Sang. With no disrespect to Park Sung-han, he is a good player. But I feel like Arrigoni is just kind of more of what we're looking for rather than Park Sung-hun. It is going to be a loan, and we're hoping that we have a good enough stature to bring him in. If not, I will take Park Sung-hun. If he agrees before it, we'll just delay it for a week. Elsewhere, we have made another signing, Fayed Al-Salem, a versatile midfielder, defender as well, can play there if need be. Coming in as a backup option from Al-Hazam, who are in the same league as us. A nice just extra oomph in the player list. And yeah, we'll slot in right there where we need him. And then lastly, some news in the transfer market. We've sold Yelchin to Valenciennes in France, playing in the Championship National League. Noah Yelchin out of the building. We made a little bit of a profit on him. It wasn't bad. Didn't play bad last season, but we just have upgraded that position. A nice £13,000 bonus, which does help our overall budget. You can see we're currently losing a lot, but that's because we're spending a lot more on transfers. Our wage budget has still a lot in it. Our transfer budget has about 875,000 in the bank. So we have enough to sign those two players at least. I only want to sign one of those two. So we'll come back to that. And then once we've signed them, Stevens will probably go, and then we'll just need to find one more defender. Milan have accepted my offer, which is great. But yeah, I think if he does come in, we'll do that. Just click on that one. I don't want to do that. That was the wrong button. If we can sign him in one, specifically the Italian, I think he'd be best. Sun has accepted our deal, and I can't delay it. He'll be coming in December. Do we cancel the transfer and just hope that the Italian comes? Or I don't know. Coming in January 9th. You know, I'm going to cancel it. I've got trust in the Italian. Well, Stefano Arrigoni has rejected us. He doesn't want to come on loan. So there's that. Yeah, other news. We might be looking for a new goalkeeper. Marty Al-Alin is looking for a new goalkeeper. They're spending 70,000 on Marty, which I'm inclined to accept. I mean, he's been a good goalkeeper, good backup option, but that doesn't mean we haven't found someone in. We have Al Murray. It would be a fantastic goalkeeper. In fact, if we compare him to Hawasawi, our main goalkeeper, there's an argument to say that he is maybe slightly better than our current number one. So that's interesting. But, I mean, if we sign him, I think I will play him as number one. yeah, I think either way, I think I'm going to bring him in. He just popped up on my screen as a potential signing, and I was like, yeah, I'm in for it. It's very cheap, 325 a week, which does mean I'll have to adjust to about there, and I'll still have enough wage in for a centre back, which we're still looking for. Yay! Well, we have some transfer news. Marty is out of the picture. He is out, and now his replacement, Al-Murti, is in. There we go. Let's click continue. Confirm those two. Marty has sold 75,000. We'll go there. That's beautiful. They get 20% of that profit. And then Marty, they're angry with him. The player looks surplus to requirement. I mean, guys, he's already better than the current goalkeeper we have. Am I not seeing something here? Am I just feeling rejected? I mean, his potential is better than Hawasi. And if we just compare the two, I mean, he's a better goalkeeper. He is. I'm not going mad. Right, guys, we have ended the transfer market. I feel like we've got our squad ready to go. Let's talk about a couple more interesting transfers coming in. 2 new transfers coming in. First one, Salah Al-Korani, a centre-back on loan. I mean, he's just there for backup purposes on the right-hand side, and centre and left can play all across the back. That's kind of what we wanted. Don't expect to see much game time from him. And then new striker in Nuaf Al-Bashiri is going to be there. Not a great striker by any means necessary, but we needed somebody. He was available. Brought him in on loan. It didn't solve the lack of striker options thing there. We've got 5 strikers in the team, and apparently they all lack of options. In terms of the team news, this is the starting 11 that I'm going to pick up. No, it's not. Let me sort that out quickly. This is the starting 11 that we're looking at, and we'll talk about all of them in a little bit. We'll talk about their different positions they can play. We'll start off with the goalkeepers. That's right. We have 3 goalkeepers in the squad. Al-Murri, Hawasi, and Al-Khamis. Those are the 3. Al-Murri is going to be our starting goalkeeper. Hawasi will probably play a couple of cup games in between, and Al-Khamis, we might see him a little bit. He's there for backup in case any of them get injured. In terms of right backs, we do have a little bit of nice depth in right back position. Al-Nazan is going to be our first choice in the right back. Second choice is Al-Juadan. We've got Al-Karoni who can play there. Siasi and Alberto can also play in that position if we need them. Over on the left-hand side, a little bit less in quality when it comes to backups. We've got playing there is Al-Najim and Hakimi on the left. Katani is going to go out on loan to Jerash. He's accepted that offer, I think. And then Alberto can also play there. Karani can also play that. I don't know why he's not coming up on this list. But in terms of the central defensive, this is where we, I think, still lacking a little bit. Siasi and Alberto are going to be the 2 new starters in there. We've got Al-Karani who's come in as well. Mazarik is still there. So those are basically the 4 that we're going with. Sultan and Stevens are not going to be in the squad. They are not registered. Stevens could be going out on loan to the USA. Spokane, Carolina Core, and Rhode Island, all second-tier English American teams looking for him. And then we've just listed Sultan to come through and potentially sell him because we can register him. Yeah, so that's what's happening there. In terms of the midfield, where I think we are looking probably the best when it comes to the midfield. We've got a huge amount of depth in... Did I take defense off? I didn't take defenders off, sorry. We've got a huge amount of depth in the midfield. I think we're looking good. Pope, and Hunt are the 2 to go there. For Pope, we've got backup of Almer can play there. We've got Al-Asef who can also play there. And Al-Salem who was also going to play there. For Finley, we've got the likes of... Al-Ashaif, Al-Salam, Al-Otabili, and Al-Asaf, who can also play in that position. So a lot of depth in that side. And with that depth, it moves over to the attacking midfielders, where we're Sek and Jonathan are going to be the 2 starters, with Al-Saif, Shami, who's moving into the attacking midfield side, and Al Atibi or there. Ahmed can come in there in case of emergencies. And then up front, I know they say we don't have depth, but we've got enough depth there. We've got 5 players very much capable of playing as a striker, with a 6th one being a makeshift one. So I'll say Ali Saad and Matik have decided are going to be the 2 starters. Abu Abed and Ahmed are probably going to be the backup guys. They're developing quite nicely. Al-Bashiri and Al-Asaf are pretty much lower on the pecking order, but could easily slot in there if need be. That is the entire squad that we have playing at the moment. That is who we're going. And then just to talk a little bit about preseason, we've done very, very well. Drawing with Saijar, which was a bit of a weird one, and that was a fully rotated squad. They are a 2nd division team. I don't know how that happened, but what I did want to talk about, we're playing Al Tawoon twice for some reason. Al Tawoon are in the Yellow League. They got relegated last season. We beat them. We beat Al Jazeera, who are playing in the UAE. They finished 6th in the top division there, so we beat them. Al Sakir is a 3rd division team. We don't talk about them. Al Sula was a team that got relegated last season. Easily dispatched of them. Ahad, we took them on a lot in the Yellow League last season. Easily dispatched of them. Al Takadim, we took them on, playing in the 2nd division. And then the one that I wanted to talk about is Al Ittihad, playing in the league with us. And we beat them in preseason quite convincingly, actually, 4-2. And most recently being Al Hayat, who are a 4th division team, and rightly so. In terms of all the signings and everything, where we come in the season preview, we're still at the bottom. Yeah, they're not giving us much hope, even with all the signings we've done. I'm still in 2 minds if Hawasi or Al Muri is going to start in goals. I might just lean towards Hawasi in our first game. I don't actually know. First game of the season is about 2 weeks away, or a week and a half away. We will be back for that game. But hopefully, we can do it. So Hawasi aren't first team choice. And that's an interesting lineup that they come up with in terms of who should be starting and who shouldn't be starting. But that's not the formation we do for. I don't know why they give it a 4-4-2. But anyway, our reputation's 2.5 stars, by the way. We've gone up a 0.5-star reputation. I don't think I mentioned that last time. We didn't sell a lot of players. We bought a lot of players in the end. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a longish one compared to the previous ones, but it is a transfer special. Next one, we start off our journey in the Saudi Pro League. Stay tuned for that. Hit subscribe, get notified on your parents, grandparents, lovers, and them haters to join in on the fun that is the Pentagon Challenge. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.